When we are back once again, everybody, we've got more Counter-Strike coming up. The fun never stops here at IESF. And we're going to go to a whole new region off the back of that win for Australia. Neil, you ready for some more Counter-Strike?
I am. I'm looking forward to it. You go to, like you said, a completely new region. We're now jumping on over to the South Asian qualifier as we're going to be kickstarting things with Bangladesh taking on India. Now, this one is, once again, a different sort of format to what we've just seen. Of course, we have best of threes in towards that previous game. And now heading over in towards best of ones now for the South Asian qualifier. There is 5 teams competing for 2 spots at the LAN event in Chengdu, China. So, be pretty cool. See who's joining Team Australia as we've just seen them book their tickets towards the Asia Championships. Of course, the 5 teams we've got here are Bangladesh, India, and then Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. Let's take a look at the rosters. Let's kickstart things with Bangladesh. It should be cool. I gotta say, I've not seen much Counter-Strike coming out from the Bangladesh region, so these names will all be relatively new to me. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, again, as part of the, I think, the fun experience here, we've got Akio and Retro and Serrator, I believe, Bandit and Auspicious. So again, like, I'm shocked with the names. I'm so pleasantly surprised that people are picking reason. I don't know. I feel like for some reason in Europe we get way more crazy names that are impossible to pronounce. So we've got to up our level a little bit here. But yeah, I don't know nearly enough about Bangladeshi Counter-Strike either, but I'm here to learn. I mean, I think, like I said, I think it's part of the great, enjoyable part of IESF is just getting some of these players on the map, getting them the experience. We could tell just talking to Tux now that it is something that means a lot to new players to get a chance to flex a little bit and learn something. On the Indian side, got a whole fresh squad, and these guys, I mean, there's a lot of Counter-Strike being played in India, so I expect they're going to be pretty good.
Yeah, this is a team that I actually do know. I've watched them play, actually internationally as well. And these guys are pretty damn talented. All 5 of these guys play on an organization called God's Reign. And they've actually had, at least recently, because there's been a lot of tournaments coming out from, generally from the kind of the Southeast Asian region, they've been playing some pretty decent Counter-Strike. They played in the Sky Esports Masters. They played against teams like Aurora and Big. Unfortunately, kind of were lost kind of both of those, but at the very least they were playing, decent European teams on LAN. They were getting to kind of, I think in the runtime they got to boot camp in LAN as well, which is pretty sick. They also played in the thing called the Draft. It was like that Black Blast event.
Oh yeah.
And they were part of that, or at least the core was part of that. So yeah, with kind of, for example, like Sky Esports, that tournament happening, they're getting a lot more opportunities to play, kind of more high level Counter-Strike. So I'm very much thinking that they should be the favorites. I think in at least this game, I'm expecting big things.
Yeah. Well, we're going to find out. I mean, again, this is a best of 1. So, if you're not going to get many chances to make up for mistakes. But, if you're India and you're coming in strong on this one, then maybe you can just kind of knock it out the park rather quickly. I agree. I think they should have more experience in general. I recognize some of the name as well. I think they should be a strong team, but we've been surprised before. There've been countries where expectations have been low to non-existent, and it still worked out pretty well. The pick bans are here, and again, it's the best of 1, so we're going to end up on Inferno to decide the whole thing with. Yeah, no surprise. Vertigo banned out early once again.
Yeah, nice and simple coming through. I think for me, I look at this, and I think especially if you're Bangladesh as well, you want to make sure you just don't allow kind of essentially the God's Reign team to have their kind of pick of the list when it comes towards the veto. The only thing for me is that this is actually a map in which God's Reign are very good on. Inferno is actually one of their best maps. They've played it 6 times. They've won all 6 of them. So, pretty decent in all fairness. Granted, most of them against domestic Indian teams, so they are maybe not the international teams that they were playing against, but even still, this is a map in which they like to play domestically. They pick into it actually in a lot of their vetoes, and the fact that they're 6-0, for me, already spells maybe a pretty good sign that this could be a decent showing from them. I mean, I've caught them a couple of times before, and they do play some pretty crisp Counter-Strike. So, I think Bangladesh, they might be in for a tough one. I'm not too sure about these guys in terms of what their level's like, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on them.
Well, they've been waiting for us to finish the other game, so hopefully that means we can get them underway fairly soon. I mean, Inferno is another classic sort of best of 1, common kind of playground that everyone loves to see. So wouldn't be too surprised if we're going to be seeing at least some familiarity with the map across both teams. Do you have a standout player on this team that you feel like could be the one to watch?
It's a good question. I think there's a couple of different ways you can look at it when you look towards God's Reign. I think for me, the big thing when I caught them, I think it was at the draft, I think if I'm right in saying, it was Finn, who was like pretty solid off the top of my head. And then Revan as well. I think if I'm right in saying those two were kind of the big names who I'll keep an eye on. I think Finn was, when I at least caught the couple of games I watched of him, looked pretty solid. And Revan as well. There were the two names off the top of my head that I kind of remember being pretty crisp. I think Finn in particular was on the day at the very least. So they're the ones I would throw out there. But for God's Reign, actually, in all fairness, across the board, from my understanding, they're actually pretty solid. They have a lot of experience as a side who have been together for kind of quite a while now. I think the core's been together for about 4-ish months. It was like a bit of a rebuild. And they seem to be doing solidly. So yeah, Finn's the one I'll throw out there. Him and Revan, who are pretty good.
Yeah, Revan is the name that I feel like I recognize. So, stood out in my mind a little bit too. So we'll see. We'll find out once we get into it. Who's going to be top of the charts there for it? I don't know. Is there like for the rest of the region here? What do you think about? Do you think Pakistan are going to be able to field like a reasonable team? I feel like there was a tournament in the region, wasn't there? Not that long ago.
Yeah, I think you are right. I mean, what I will say for Pakistan, at least one of the players on that team, I actually know, quote unquote, personally, like to a degree. Pokemon. He's actually been a bit of a legend, actually, from the domestic scene. He's been around for a long time. I caught him doing, what was it? He was playing in the, I can't remember what it was called now. But he was playing in one of the qualifiers. It was actually for EWC. That's what it was. He was playing for the World Cup. And he was in the final, and he lost on that third map, playing for, I think it was Onyx Ravens was the team he was on. So he individually is pretty good. So I keep an eye on him. But as I said, we are live. We're underway. We're in towards Inferno. And Bangladesh on this T side, they've already taken the B site and they're all going to plant down.
Well, without even too many casualties coming into it here, finally going to be a kill there for R2B2 and fired up. We'll get a nice couple of lineups there. So Auspicious, the last one left. They got the bomb planted, but they couldn't do more than that. So it's a great retake coming through from India very, very swiftly.
Nice work. Nice work. So pretty simple stuff. They flood in towards the B site and then India run back in. No real kind of question marks about it. The fights went very one-sided. And I think that's one of those things, you play a little bit more of a passive B approach. Yes, you give them up the site, but easy work in the end. The bomb plant will mean a buy if Bangladesh want to go for it. I don't even hate kind of the force buy on T side when you do get that bomb down. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, but they are going to have the better firepower. It looks like, at the very least, Bangladesh might just go for a little bit of a lesser investment. Yeah, so just a few good pistols, no real armor, no commitment with the util. So India, this one, with them having the rifles in play, only one MP9, it should be pretty simple, all things considered.
Yeah, they brought up India like they were expecting, a little bit more of resilience here, right? They got 4 M4s and 1 MP9, and for Bangladesh, I mean, it is interesting to see them investing, a little bit less than maybe you would have normally seen for a bomb plant. So, not that it's necessarily a bad thing for India, but it just means they definitely were ready in case there was going to be a Galil or an AK coming out in the round like this one. Through the middle we go. Suspicious going down first. Fired up, having a nice early couple of kills here to clean out the start of the round with. They should be safe right now.
You'd assume. A move being made here, and they're creeping his way forward. He's going to try and pop out a bulk, but he should get caught, and he will. Swing, and they all actually fall with ease. A flawless round coming through from India once again, as it just showcases how good this side can be, at least individually in terms of the mechanics. That was a throwaway round, though. No real investment. This is the one that matters most. Bangladesh going to come in with a full buy. AKs on deck. Let's see what they've got to bring to the table. Hoping we get to see a good bit of a competition out of them, showcase just how good they can be on an individual level. But India, like I said, for me, they're the favorites in this qualifier. They're a scary, scary team, and I think Bangladesh probably know that.
Yeah, no question. They probably have played each other before, have a sense of what the level is going to be like here. So I think early on, again, it's best of one. So having a bit of success with the AKS early on is going to be incredibly important. But that's a nice flashbang being thrown there. RTB2 going to be able to pick up that kill. As you could see, just completely blind on the other side was Sarita. So Revan ready and waiting. It's Suspicious, who's just thinking about it. My God, they're close to each other, but neither player actually making a move just yet. Going to be a Molotov there, a flash to set it up again. Good utility work being thrown here from India. They're actually putting it there very nicely.
Swing. Fine from Finn. Bandit will fall. Nice little re-aggression. Back of it again. Goes quiet. Only 2 remaining for Bangladesh as they're trying to group up via top B. Hot flash on that corner. They don't actually commit through the smoke either. And now a third player's rotated over for India too. I mean, site stacks. They've got the right read, the right call, and they've got Yuto here as well to slow them down. I mean, I don't really see anything going wrong. They hear the steps too. Smoke will come down. One towards CT, but there's 2 more players on site they have to try and find.
Yeah, good timing on the smoke. Just trying to shoot through it. I mean, I don't know what else they can really do at this point. They're so boxed in. I think if you didn't know anything else about a team and you went into a game like this and you see the kind of flashes that are being thrown there from India, that kind of shows, again, good coordination, right? It takes a little bit of communication to set up. You're like, I'll throw a flash from middle, you'll peek on the other side and kind of make all that work on the fly. It's a good indication that they know what they're doing here.
Yeah, exactly that. So the 3-0 start, nice and simple, nice and easy. Bangladesh, you know, for them. Back into the lower bye. I mean, there's no real complaints, of course. Just to remind those who may be joining us a little late, this is best at ones only in this qualifier. So, yeah, no kind of room for error, really. No room to talk about, okay, we'll just wait for our map pick or anything of the sort. You can't do it in the best of ones. That is it. Simple as. So, we'll see. At a 3-0 start, though, for India. This is really good work. This might actually be kind of more akin as well to when we saw Kazakhstan in the Central Asian qualifier. You know, they were a full team themselves, similar to India, who are a full team under God's reign. And, you know, that's where you see teams who not only individually are very good, but they just have that tactical depth. They have that structure, the composure for how to play as a team, more than a bit of a mix. Revan, Bandit on a piece, and Akio with a swing and the deagle. Headshot is a beaut.
That was a sick shot. I enjoyed that, but can't get by with just the random deagle headshot. You need more. You need this round to actually work in your favor. It's Akio getting shot in the back, unfortunately. Finn's there to pick him up, and it will mean another 3 versus 3. So India kind of back in a winning position, potentially. They got a couple of AKs. Ooh, it's close. That could have been another good headshot. Eat a grenade instead. And they can afford to keep 2 people at the A-bomb side because they have Bobby, who's at the top of Banana on the other side. So he can hang around there, wait for some information. They can keep this double setup at A. And as long as they just talk to each other here, they should be able to set up a bit of a crossfire even. A little bit of a Molotov being thrown, but it's the deagle. Oh, nicely done. Bandit able to pick it up. It's just 1 player left inside of the site.
Running low on ammo as well. Gonna get damage and a kill, but it's a tough old retake here. 1v2, Babi's gonna give it a go, though. I don't really blame him. He's quite quick tempo-wise. Up towards short. Hot flash over at a brilliant swing. Bandits had a round there. Really nice little 3K from him. The deagle shot was beautiful. The final swing towards short was lovely. And it's gonna be the first run on the board. Hey, no complaints at all.
That's really well played. Especially with that flashbang towards the end there. That was sick. Hard round to win, you've got to say. Even if they got the first couple of deagle shots, once it's in a 3 versus 3, I thought India were going to walk away with it, but turns out not to be the case. Round number 5 is here, and still got a couple of people there on the Bangladesh side that haven't got any kills yet. So Auspicious and Retro at the moment, but we'll see if they can turn it around.
True. Wait and look, but hot flash in. Drake's going to try and get up in towards Banana. It's going to be a bit of a Molotov, though. It might actually... Oh, no, I think it'll be a Molotov. Keeping it at bay. Swing behind. Oh, my God, he's going to get both. How has he got both? Wallbang headshots through the smoke.
That's wild. Big question here. How much do you want to rotate if you're on the Indian side? Do you want to play this one cool and just kind of like keep the guns alive? they're moving forward into it, and Sarita's going to keep on going. Now with the triple, again, I feel like saving the guns is going to be the better choice, but they're really confident on the Indian side. Sarita, he wanted the ace, and he almost got it. It's a crazy round from him, but he does stop at the quad kill here. Finn just fighting on. He's not afraid at all. I feel like they have so much confidence here on the CT side.
Yeah, I think you're right. 2v1, he's so low, Finn. I don't think it's worth giving it a go, and yeah, he's fallen away. Tail between his legs, he'll get out of there. I don't blame him, though. It's an AWP, right? I think it's more of a priority to save that in this round than to give it a go, especially with how low he is. 12 points of HP. We're not trying to do some heroics here, not in this instance. But speaking of heroics, Sarita, what a round from him. 4 to 5 kills. Oh, that's your teammate. There's your teammate.
Careful now.
It's okay. Yeah. Let's slow down, fellas. That's your teammate, but it's okay. Second board for Bangladesh.
I think that's a really, really important round, right? Because you can tell that with India playing with that much confidence, like they're ready to take any fight. You got to win early on and sort of, play for a little bit of respect, right? Make sure that they are a little bit worried too. Because if they're just that, if they're that fired up, it's going to be a problem later on. So appreciate this from Bangladesh. 3-2 the scoreline. India put on a little bit of a break now, also economically.
Yeah, have to kind of at least sit back in towards this round. I'm not expecting a huge amount. Unless the orb gets super active, but it gets tagged early. That's not going to help. Not at all. I mean, it doesn't really matter that he keeps hold of it. The big thing is now to be careful of Util in this one. Bangladesh, this is a good opportunity. They should be able to tie this up 3-3, which is already closer than how it seemed maybe at the start of the game, where India, they came in so confidently.
Yeah, the slowdown's already happened. We'll see if the pistols could do anything. Just the 5-7 here, but it's in a good position. You can definitely get some nasty kills with it. Auspicious, though. He saw it coming. He actually fell back before the 5-7 swung. Very good. 3 kills for Auspicious. Again, he was on 0 at the start of this one. Will get down by the USP, but I don't think it really matters. He got the job done. The AWP has been lost as well, and they'll clean up the round, losing only 1 player. It's a bit of a comeback really being built here from Bangladesh.
That's pretty clean. It's pretty clean. Bangladesh playing good Counter-Strike on the T side of Inferno. They're coming to it. They're approaching this well. They're taking confident fights and not giving opportunities as well over towards India. It's everything that you kind of want to see from a side who may be coming as the underdogs in towards a match like this. The biggest thing you can do is just not show respect. You can't come in and be scared of them. You can't let them play their game. It's just meant to be a map in which, India, at least domestically, are very solid on. Right now, they're being tested. Bangladesh looking good. Hit a molly combo in towards apartments. Back here with the AWP. He was holding for the right. He's pretty exposed there in all fairness, but he has teammates in via mid. Evan will fall off the angle, but little peek around that corner. He probably would have got a freebie.
Smokes up towards the quad side of middle, so going to try and see if they can wrap around arch position, and I think it's going to be Revan who's going to show up there with the AWP, and I think he realizes now, actually we're in a little bit of trouble here. There's a lot of people wrapping around the side. They're not slowing down. Good shot though. That might force them to slow down. Another kill coming in from Revan. Yeah, he's done his job, fired up, actually holding the back line, so there's no sneak through the apartments, which is almost about to happen there. Finn, good spray, will go back for more, and it'll be Auspicious to go down last. So, again, another really powerful round here from India. But honestly, there were a lot of ways that could have gone wrong. I think Bangladesh, tactically, were onto something in this round, right?
Yeah.
They had the smoke up, they had the wrap around through arch. If Revan misses one of those shots, it's on. Like, they could definitely win the round.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it does come down to just individual prowess, right? That's the main thing. And it was very solid in terms of that. Those kind of opening double AWP shots were crisp as. India keep the lead. Take back the lead, may I say, as it's a 4-3 scoreline now. For Bangladesh, though, there's a lot of positive that we've seen so far. Bofash going to come over in towards Banana. They're going to try and fight for this. This is something that India have prioritized early, is this Banana control. 2B2. Laying behind, they go one apiece. Pop flash round and a Molotov as well. Could force a fight. They don't clear him. Tucked in towards close left, and he'll cross towards the other side and get an AK.
Now just 2 people left here with not much of a chance to really answer back. And I think more importantly, maybe less of a chance to do some damage. The economy on the Indian side is not that great. So 1 or 2 kills still in this round would make a huge difference. Oh, that's nasty. The Molotov in. Oh, he still will get the headshot. He was definitely dead, but that is a nice little clip at the end. So, Akio, 1 versus 3. And a bomb plant might make a big difference. Just get a little bit of extra cash. We're still sort of in the middle of the half here, so whatever you can get on that side is going to be important.
True. Very true. It will help. Only thing is, he's being pincered now. See the wrap coming through. The one might even come from mid as well in just a second. I mean, there's no escape. They know he has to be going towards B. Bavi's holding. Up towards railing. It's a tough angle to clear. I say that, though, and he does it with ease. Akio, nice find. One plant on the cards here. All right. He's made a round out of this. If he can set up himself as a post plant, we've got a chance because Akio's made a 1v3, turned 1v1. Nade will come over towards Nubox. Will chunk him down a little bit, but he's still alive and he's still just buying time. Looking for the swing, but he can't find the third. My God, it's close. It's no cigar.
That is an amazing effort right there. 1 versus 3. I mean, even getting the bomb plant would have been difficult to do on its own. Nicely done. All right, so I mean, this is one of the things we said at the outset. Is one of the fun things about the format of the tournament here is just getting to know some new players. Right, and Akio definitely showing a little bit in that round, showing us that he's got what it takes. So well played. 5-3 though. India still kind of powering on, only by the skin of the teeth in that last round, but still, we'll get the job done for now. And round number 9, and we'll see more rifles being picked up. But again, that CT side economy is not really shining at the moment. So
it's not.
If Bangladesh could do a little bit of damage here, it's going to be important.
Yeah, they keep the pressure on. I think that's the main thing for me. So far, it's a 2-round lead, yes, but at the very least, we're seeing these kind of moments where for Bangladesh, it's a much more competitive game than maybe I think I would have expected coming into it. I didn't know any of the players from the Bangladesh side, at least from what I've seen in the past, but I'm being pretty impressed. I mean, Akio even putting that into a 1v3 there is pretty solid. At least mechanically, you can see what's going on. India, still, a 2-round buffer. It's kind of a necessity at the very least. I think they should be getting at the bare minimum a 7-5 half. Because you're on CT side, you're on Inferno. It's a map in which is actually one of the statistically more even maps in the pool, but it still ever so slightly leans in favor of that CT side. If you don't get a little lead, it's worrying. They go for a quick way towards Banana, and it's looking like a massacre.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the attempt to rush there with the Tech 9s. You know, the speed is everything for that kind of weapon. The bomb is low on health, so Finn, if he bounced it off the wall, I think that would have been a kill, but they're going to get the bomb planted. Doubt if they can win the round. Yeah, right through the smoke. They're both within 1 tap distance, basically. So, Akio, once again, a 1 versus 3, but this time probably even more difficult than it was last time, as he's just so low in the back here. We'll get one good shot off, but we'll get touched eventually. Still, I mean, that's pretty impressive, right? Bomb plant and 3 kills in a round like that. I'll take it.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. You can take the small little, I guess, silver linings. I'm surprised the nade, they didn't do that standard bank nade, though. India, when they're coming in for that rotate, it would have killed actually probably both of them, the planter and the pool player. It kind of just, it didn't even break the smoke either, so it was sort of a semi-wasted HE, but in the end, it didn't really matter. Bangladesh, for them, back into the investment, that's what matters most for us. A couple of Galil, or a Galil comes through, but it's to prioritize utility, which I think is probably the right play here. On this T side, you want to try and make sure that you have a little bit of something left in the back pocket for a post plan or an execute of the sort. Out of control. That's been a real priority for India. Always putting 3 bodies here early. Bangladesh, in doing so, they might actually try and make a quicker move towards A, but Revan's here with the orb. Fired up with 4, though. Bandit. Another nice entry. This guy's been pretty consistently getting entries.
Yeah, need more of that. Oh, so scary lineup. Could have almost been 3 people tagged with that AWP, but he'd be the one. Serrator will take down Finn through the smoke. A lot of battles happening like that at the moment. 3 versus 3, but it's Barbie picking up another kill. He's been a little bit slow out the gate, and he'll get traded. Oh, it's a no-scope headshot, Revan. What a disgusting kill that is. Akio, though, he'll still get him down eventually. Can only get so many of those in a round. He's going to fake the bomb once. R2B2. He's not jumping in. He's not running in there. Oh, but he did let go of a bullet, so now they know where each other are. A lot of damage there. Has to get the headshot on the T side, and he can't get it. R2B2 will take him down instead. It's such a close round, but it'll be India to clutch it.
Yeah, and the AWP collected back up again. So just making sure that they keep that in play. And the big thing, I mean, India winning these rounds, but they're being made pretty expensive. Hence why we even see Bavi coming towards the MP9 in this round. They're still taking pretty hefty knocks to the economy, but it's a little bit more damning over towards Bangladesh, who only have the funds to work with for a hero AK. So an AK in the hands of Akio, and that is basically all they've got to really work with in this one. Few upgraded pistols, nothing really too special in terms of the firepower. So they're going to have to try maybe a little bit of a gimmicky, quicker round if they want a chance here. And already a good start. Fired up will find Bandits. Looking for more. Going 2 for 1. Not the worst thing, but a trade will come through. Hang on a second. They've got space now towards A.
There is a definite opportunity. I think Finn is just hearing them now, realizing, okay, we've lost a lot of control. He's going to go into apartments. But here's another problem. The bomb is down here. If Barbie somehow gets the timing right, he can actually stop the bomb from even getting there. And then who knows what will happen. Finn is exploring on the other side. This is such a chaotic round. There's a minute left. India, if they're really thinking hard right now, they might start to wonder what is why they have the bomb site. Why don't they plant? Now the bomb is making its way there, but Finn, oh, if he hears it, that's the bomb on the ground. What an absolute disaster for Bangladesh. Oh, it's heartbreaking. He's going to be getting another kill.
I mean, for him,
what do you do?
I honestly wouldn't even mind a save. I can't lie. If he can, that is. Oh, now he probably most definitely can't. Whoo, nice shot. Hang on. Am I going to chance another? The player in towards mid, and he does go back and get the bomb. Do you actually want to give this a go? Yeah, I'm going to say I would have actually preferred him trying to keep hold of that AWP. I know they've got a buy into his next round, and they've actually not good enough for the AWP in all fairness, unless they go to half armor, but I wouldn't have minded the AWP being saved there, and then they kind of full buy around it with the U-turn and the trimmings and the rest. But in the end, I think you maybe got to take a bit of a gamble at this point. You're at a situation where it's already 8 rounds for India, which is pretty solid. They have a good chance of getting 9 here as well with a nice full buy. I mean, basically bar Bavi, who's still on that MP9. But, even if this ends 8-4, it's still a pretty solid half.
Wow, yeah. No, it definitely is. What a round, that last one. Oh, it's right through again. Double wallbang. He just casually burst the bullets there, and it's a double kill. I think the grenade landed right on top. Some of these rounds are so explosive. And suddenly it's a 3 versus 5 here. And what do you do if you're on the Bangladesh side? They have 3 people kind of stuck on banana right now. That's so disgusting. More grenades. Okay, good return, but that HE will still get rid of Sarita.
Suspicious. Hoping to spam through, but nothing being given here. Suspicious and Akio. Smokes will come down. A Molotov. I don't actually know if that Molotov would have actually plumed. Yeah, it won't. There's a smoke. A front sight smoke, in all fairness, which stops it, but it doesn't matter. That is the round. Only the couple of casualties. 9-3. Within the rounds themselves, it's actually not felt super one-sided. It's not felt like a slaughter, but the scoreline says otherwise. 9-3. It's pretty one-sided.
Yeah, it is. India just very, very confident in the way they were playing here. You've got to say, maybe even in some situations where they could have played a little bit more safely, but, I still respect it. At the end of it, it is a giant lead for them. You're not wrong. Auspicious playing well on the Bangladesh side. Akio and Sarita as well. So, yeah, they've got some players here that are standing out. And R2, B2, and Fired Up, really, the ones that kind of stole the show a little bit on the Indian side. So that's interesting to see.
Yeah. Yeah, so up close. India, we now look towards their T side, see what they got to work with. Will they clear the Julies? Let's fight. Oh, they do. They knew. Finn knew. R2B2 will trade on towards Akio. Auspicious takes a dink as well. He's probably a dead man walking, I think. And they hunt him down. That's now the B side. There's no one really close enough. The rotations and Fired Up. Freebie, thank you very much.
Yeah, and there's nothing Bandit can do about it. Like, he has to try and rotate to the other side. Oh, Revenant range snipes away Sarita, and just an easy round here coming in from India. It's going to be 10-3 in their favor. And winning that one, I mean, they are well on their way.
Yeah, absolutely. 10-3. This could already start to maybe even spell the potential beginning of the end. Bangladesh are going for the CT force when you lose the pistol. Anders, you know how I feel about these. You know how I feel. This is about to be another one out of the tally, for better or for worse. We were 0 for 2 in the last couple of days of the success rate of these. So let's see what this one's looking like.
Yeah, you're keeping track. You're making sure that we know for the future. All right, maybe this is going to be the one that works. They're actually getting all the kills. My God. I'm shocked to see what's happening here. Fired up. He's so low on health after that one. 1 versus 2. Oh, this is... They've done all the work right now. They have the bomb down there towards the ramp as well, so they should be able to set up to at least trade the kill. Make sure he doesn't have any easy 1 versus 1 fights. He will sneak on in. They know exactly which part of the map he is. I guess he could go all the way back through TT spawn at some point, but it's going to take him a long, long time. Sneaking through. They're not really setting up to trade the kills. I guess that's one thing that's maybe a little bit risky, but that smoke might give it away.
Yeah.
That he's that close.
He's got time, right? This is the main thing. They're going to push the smoke. Oh my God, they are. He's expecting another one. Oh my God, he's going into the danger. No, he actually gets away. Akio, he's made noise. Swinging the corner. Oh, and he wins it out in the end. My God, much closer than it should have been. I think it's probably the main thing we'll say, but it is Bangladesh who win the force by the CT side. So, hey, I'll give them their credit. That's the first one we've seen so far in these qualifiers. We're now 2 for 1, but that was yes, pretty awkward.
Oh, yeah, it was. I do like the aggressive nature of it. Like, if you're going to go for a round like that, you might as well also try and push down. But, yeah, that was all over the place. It looked like they could have actually lost it at the end of the 1 versus 1 there. But fair play to Bangladesh. They pick it up, and now it's India. Maybe on the back foot for a moment here. They're going to be buying Tech-9s, 4 of them, and 1 Deagle. So they can be mobile and aggressive in return if they want to. I can't believe it. That was a crazy round. Another one.
And this one might even be more of the same. Tech-9s might mean a quicker pace round here, in all fairness. They get into his apartments. Now it's about where they want to go from here. It's double stack towards short, though, and a Molotov. And a force fired up away, and that's also information gain, too.
Well, no action happening. It all slows down a bit behind that one. I mean, Banana is a good position to try and go for it. If you get even 1 opening heading up the top of Banana, that could be enough. Although, I'm a bit suspicious. The bomb is a little bit further back. Are they committing to it? Smoke going down from the CT side to match the smoke that was thrown from the Indian side. And actually, Akio is playing in front of that smoke, so he's not that affected by it at the moment. Down to 45 seconds. Yeah, they're going to be walking it back a little bit. It has drawn over a 3rd player, so even that little bit of attention to the B-bomb side for India meant that Bangladesh has moved a lot of their forces over on this side. Now the battle is on here. Sarita, it's a long spray, and he won't be able to get it. A couple of kills, and the A-bomb site's wide open for a bomb plant.
Yeah, this is tough. Bomb will go down. That's the main thing. There is, a couple of MP9s to work with. Not the best guns in the world. You'd much rather have one of those AKs or M4, but it's a tough retake. You're smoked out of Moto. The CT set have 1 flash to work with. The nade is relatively chunky as well. And now they're just not giving up any fights at all. India are actually playing this perfectly. They're just not make sure there's just no way to isolate Jules.
Got 1 flashbang as well on the Indian side. Oh, what a headshot. They hit just absolutely no flashbangs needed. They just get the job done at the end, and that's 11. And that's off the back of, not that much room to go into the round with, right? A couple of Tech-9s, and that was it.
Yeah, beautiful work. Beautiful. 11 to 4. Well, just like that, I think it's safe to say this one might potentially be getting towards the beginning of the end. We're at a spot now where for Bangladesh, they've got no money to work with. They bought back in towards that round. They kind of essentially like double force because it went down to the 1 versus 1. Money's now broken. And yeah, they're in a real tough spot. Can't buy here. So should mean that India get up towards that 12th. Without breaking too much of a sweat. I mean, it's only USPSs. Yes, they kind of grouped up, which can always be a little bit scary, maybe for a couple of kills, but I think sooner rather than later as well, they'll realize B's actually open.
Yeah. Okay, well, they're getting some of the early kills. Whether B was open or not, they're going to be cleaning up the start of it here. 11, probably going to be 12 here. I don't see the USPs being able to make much of a difference, so yeah, they're powering through. It is a little bit like we expected at the start. We did say India probably going to be the stronger country for this particular one, but I mean, at one point there, Bangladesh definitely had some swagger of their own.
It's true. It's true. 9-3 half. They won the force buy. It was like, okay, maybe there's something to work with. But then a force buy in response, that'll kind of kill the momentum. That'll kill the mental a little bit. 12-4. It's the last hurrah potentially for Bangladesh. Double FAMAS, MP9, double M4. Hope in a dream. I don't know. It feels like maybe a bit too tall an order. I won't completely count them out yet, but it's definitely not feeling too hopeful. Flashbang comes down. Here's a couple of MP9s still in play, but Fired Up should get one for free here. He will. Bavi gets one as well with the flames. MP9 tried to be cheeky, but Akio gets two.
Yeah, that really swung it around. That's pretty impressive stuff. R2B2, he knows he's got a target, and Sarita, that's such a risk to take. Could have been that Revan would have gone down to Sarita, though. So now it's suddenly a 2 versus 2. Bandit in the corner, and R2B2 with a lot to check. He wanted to clear out the bomb site for the bomb to make its way up there, but now instead it's all on Revan. 1 versus 2 to try and win the match right here.
At least he has the bomb. That's the main thing, right? It's not a kind of a recovery mission. He has a minute to work with and the bomb on his back. Akio over towards B. They're kind of playing this 1-1 split it. And they're going to go towards back site. Revan, does he clear this? Oh, he does beautifully.
That's a clear.
Down, planted for sure, and now it's on.
That's a really sick clear. Yeah, Revan, we mentioned his name early on, and he's definitely lived up to the hype a little bit. You see Akio is sneaking around. He doesn't have a kit. I don't know if there's one on the ground. There surely is somewhere, but it's a long road to get here. And Revan's just tucked in the corner by the box here. Akio's looking everywhere and he can't find him. Oh, you just might run out of time. If there's no kit on the ground, he's in a lot of trouble right now. Now he has to make the footsteps. Now Revan definitely knows on the other side. 10-second defuse. I don't see it happening here. Just sneaking in. Oh, it's India to walk away with it at the end. 13-4 and a nice clutch for Revan.
Yeah, exactly that. Got to give him a lot of credit. India came in towards that one and for the most part made it look clean. I mean, I think the scorelines maybe a little bit deceiving. I don't think the rounds were actually that one-sided. While the scoreline does look pretty dominant, pretty damning, it wasn't as much so in the games themselves, but in the end, who really cares? India win it out. Let's take a look at some of those highlights as well off the back of what was a relatively quick game of Counter-Strike in sense of there wasn't that many rounds. But honestly, I think for Bangladesh, I don't think you can be not too upset with that. Obviously, they would have liked to have won, but I think they've done a pretty decent showing in terms of it was relatively competitive against what is, in my opinion, the best team in this qualifier.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they again proved more than I was expecting. Lots of individual interesting stuff happening. Akio with some obviously really good clutch attempts both. So yeah, they had their moments, but India just powering ahead. And probably is the team to take down, honestly, for the region. We expect that. I mean, we'll see when we get a little bit deeper into it, but that's kind of probably the feeling to begin with. So I don't know what else to say. I feel like at this stage, or maybe the thing it was, Finn and Revan were both good, but Fired Up was kind of the player that actually ended up with the most kills. So,
yes.
You know, we've learned another name.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was pretty solid, in all fairness. In terms of, I think for India, they got a lot of different areas and kind of facets of where they can kind of find firepower. I guess that's probably why they're so scary too, right? There's so many different individuals who can step up in a big way. I mean, that little double from R2B2 as well was pretty damn special. But I think when I look at it now, for Bangladesh, they had a couple of people who I'm going to keep an eye on. I think for me, Akio in particular was pretty solid. I think I liked what I saw out of him. Zarate had a couple of moments too. Same with Auspicious. They both had a couple of moments. But the big thing I look at is whether they can maybe build upon that. Because obviously there's 2 spots available from this qualifier. And for all we know, it's very early doors. But for all we know, this could be the story of things to come. Maybe India are going to be like this against kind of most teams in this qualifier. So it's going to be that battle for second. Same thing that we had in the Central Asia with, Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan. All in all, though, 13-4, pretty simple. 30-minute game of Counter-Strike. You cannot really complain. Fired Up 22 kills, like you mentioned, had a really good showing.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like the battle for second place is going to be really interesting to see who comes out on top. I mean, Bangladesh look like they could be an interesting contender the way that they played this one. So Yeah, India, though, definitely top dog, at least for the moment. Everybody else, I mean, R2B2 as well with 16 kills. I think Bambi was like 0-6 for a while. So he made like an individual kind of comeback.
Not bad. Just checking as well from the other game that was going on simultaneously. Pakistan were taking on Sri Lanka, and that was 13-6 to Pakistan. So for me, I said, if I made my prediction from the start, it was India and Pakistan are the two teams that I would say are the potential favorites, quote unquote. I think Pakistan have a lot of talent in that region. I've managed to cast a few of them in the past, and Pokemon in particular. I'm not going to be on this game. Scribb's going to be taking over, but I'll throw it out there. And this is when you next cast Pakistan. Keep an eye on Pokemon. Pretty talented team.
Okay.
Right. Bit of a kind of an OG of the season. Been around for a long time. So for now, though, we are going to first on to break. I'm going to take a break as well. Scribb's going to be jumping on, and I'll be back a little bit later. For now, though, ladies and gents, we've got about 10 minutes before we get into the next game. So sit tight. See you soon.